the fact that I don't even remember us attempting to watch it. I just remember you finally tapping out and going, nerd, nerd, nerd. We're done.
We gotta stop.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop. And I was like, all right. I'm like, all right, cool.
You were out of it, and I'm like, if I'm gonna suffer alone, fuck you. But like, here's the thing: I did fuck up because I saw the opening and I forgot. Like, I mixed it up with Clara's origin, where it's just like, here's my weird origin, and like, I forgot she had retarded parents who got together because a leaf smacked her dad in the head. So
hey, that's because she's a leaf on the wind. She's a leaf on the wind.
Watch how she soars.
Exactly. Watch it.
But like, that actually got me to thinking, because these were shower thoughts as I was just like trying to take care of the hangover.
Yeah.
It was actually a funny thing because I was like, Clara doesn't actually have a fucking origin because she threw herself and scattered herself amongst many lives. So who knows what the actual center focal point of Clara was? That Clara was just the one that happened to be the one to throw herself into the fucking vortex of doctor life. So I guess in the end, I mean, Clara is just so strict. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say by definition, then that means the Clara that was spread out completely and totally across his timeline is the Clara from that season because she's the one that made the choice to walk in there and do that. So that means she's OG Clara because she's the version that was spread everywhere.
I can't trust that.
Technically, the one that everybody finds really boring and can't stand until Capaldi's doctor is actually the OG Clara.
Yeah. Well, it's just I don't quite. It's hard to actually narrow that down because all the other Claras actually had lives. Like, they didn't just pop out of the ether; they had parents. No.
That was the whole point. It's that she lived many lives. It was just that she always, during those lives, she always ended up bumping into the doctor, right? And it's like one of those things. It's like a person might bump into the doctor once in their entire lives. She had multiple lives, and every single life she was in, she bumped into the doctor at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like she was some esoteric spirit in the background just at the right time at the right place. She lived a whole life in those timelines. It was just that through those timelines, she always ended up interacting with the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That was my understanding of it anyway.
Yeah, but that makes sense. But it's just like because of that's what happened with Clara, and because it's hard to tell what time is anymore. He could have easily taken one of the other Claras. Like, he could have taken Victorian Clara on an adventure, and it would be Victorian Clara to do it.
Well, I mean, that's true, but then you would have been like wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Mm-hmm. But also, like, how could she create herself? You know, that you'd be in a whole nother bag of dicks trying to pull that one off. So it's like you're kind of damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But
well, I think just like the original thread just got lost, so it was just like she just got severed, and it was just happened to be modern day Clara that got to be the one to throw herself in there.
But see, by your very own logic, though, that means modern Clara's only interaction with the doctor was to spread herself across throughout time and space. So modern Clara would still be the OG Clara because she's the one that made his choice to spread herself across all of time and space.
I guess
because that's her only interaction with the.
It's just very, like Clara's just such a weird enigma, and I would she doesn't feel solid. She's pretty as hell, and the actress is good, but she doesn't feel solid like all the other companions. So I'm like, how do I square this away? I'm trying really, really, really hard, and to the point where I forgot your fucking origin. I forgot about your dad. I thought it was going to be about you in the orphanage.
No.
Because it would make sense if she was in the orphanage too, because her parents.
I told you it wasn't her in the orphanage, though. I told you it wasn't her in the orphanage. We all told you it wasn't her in the orphanage, though. It was the doctor in the orphanage. That's true. You were pretty wasted by that time in the show, so that's true too. You were off on your own little tangent, living your own little world, and we were just all sitting here watching from the outside in. Is kind of what it was. I think that's why
We're watching
an accurate description of things. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. We're watching the whole dumpster fire just going down. It's like not only is it on fire, but the city is flooded, so it's also floating down the city while it's on fire at the exact same time.
Dumpster.
Like it's a floating dumpster fire. Like that's how bad things are. That's how it is. It's a floating dumpster fire.
You ran into some crazy, and then it's the person that's yelling about it isn't even yelling about the right stuff. It's just like, my order came late. And it's like, the building's on fire.
And my food's going to be burnt too? What a horror this day is.
Doctor Who sucks.
Like I have no idea how the hell we got here, but boy, that was fun. Holy cow. But yeah, we've got season finale tonight.
And I wore my Sunday best for the season finale. Also, happy Easter, everyone.
Yeah, happy Easter. Yeah, I wore my Sunday best too. It's pretty awesome. I like it. My wife kind of technically picked it out for me at the store.
Oh dear.
But I approved and had to pay for it. So it's like, I had plenty of choice in buying the shirt. So yeah, on all of that kind of stuff out there as well. That's what. Fuck it. Oh, and let's see where we got on this one. Streamlabs. MC has subscribed. MC was our last new subscriber on the YouTube channel, so that's pretty cool. So, all right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get this party started. Happy Easter. He is risen, ladies and gentlemen, and we've got another wonderful edition of When Who Was Good. We've got a season finale on our hands, and so we will try to bullshit and blow smoke for as long as we can because Grant really wanted to be here, and I because of all that busy stuff with Easter today and everything else, I didn't really get this set up too early on.
If you want some more bullshittery, how did your other stream go? I saw you were doing a Warhammer 40K game.
Well, we can do that after the intro. We can still do the intro. We'll do that after the intro. We'll talk about our days. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, When Who Was Good.
In the heart of the cosmos, where time and space collide, the Doctor and his TARDIS forever to glide from the streets of London to the far edges of space. With Rose, Martha and Donna, through time they chase Daleks and their fury, Cybermen, steel and cold, the mysteries of Bad Wolf, stories untold. To the planet of New Earth and the fires of Pompeii, through the shadows of the vast, and they're right as they find their way. Back when who was good, those were the days. Adventures through time, a wondrous haze. The Doctor and his companions, a tale so grand. In the show where the universe was at their command, Jesse, the common nerd with a vision so bright, guiding through the episodes into the night. The maiden sunk her with insights to unveil, and Mr. Grant Gregory with lore to regain. Back when who was good, those were the days. Adventures through time, a wondrous haze. The Doctor and his companions, a tale so grand. In the show, a day was at their command. From the Battle of Canary Wharf to the end of time, where heroes and legends in their prime. A Sakurax invasion and the last Dalek stand, with the Doctor at Goldberry and London. Back when who was good, those were the days. Adventures through time, a wondrous haze. The Doctor and his companions, a tale so grand. In the
So, all of time and space, everything that ever happened or ever will, where do you want to start?
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things through a common sense lens. And welcome back to another wonderful edition of When Who Was Good, ladies and gentlemen, our lovely little Doctor Who review and watch along that we do most of the time on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard, boys and girls. And it has been a good time. We have the season finale tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute banger. Season 8, episode 12, Death in Heaven. It is intense. It is wild. It is crazy. And yeah, it's going to be a hell of a roller coaster, which means Sunker Maiden's probably going to absolutely hate it. But hey, that's how things go around here, boys and girls. Since it is a season finale, drinking rules are in application and are applicable this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, so $50 shots are on the table, but as always, all of the rest of our wonderful rules, and of course, direct donations are always best appreciated. But if you want whatever else you want as normal, direct donations or any donation, any Rumble rants, you can get a little, put a little message in there and tell us exactly what you want. Dancing baby, dancing sunker, lizard sunker, whatever we've got it all around here, boys and girls. It's a wild evening here. But yeah, super excited about this episode. It should be a good time. Mr. Grant Gregory is going to try and make it. That's one of the other reasons why we went ahead and did this, even though it's on Easter, because Mr. Grant Gregory really wanted to be here for the season finale. And next week we will be back at it on Saturdays again to accommodate our dear sweet JT's little furry RPG stream that he's been doing over there. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Spinkin' and Scalies, Sunker Maiden, how the hell you doing, my darling? You look lovely this evening.
Thank you very much. If you didn't notice, it's the same dress I wore in your intro. So you can see.
Is it real? I'm gonna have to get some. I'm gonna get some much. I'm actually gonna give some high definition pictures of that one then. So yeah, because the one I've got got's like grainy as fuck. So yeah, definitely gonna have to get some of that before the evening's over. But yeah, so yeah, that's great. Well, how's everything been going for you? What have you been up to today?
Well, first of all, we don't prefer to be called furries. We prefer to be called people of fur. Other than that, I've had a pretty quiet Easter. Everyone else was doing their own thing in my family. So my sister already has all these birthdays and different parties because her kids are born around the same time. So she's like, I don't really want to have a big thing. And everyone's like, no worries. And then my other sister, we're on speaking terms.
Yay!
But I didn't want to because I would have to go over and then leave very early so I could go over and be there for Riffs. Riffs was a lot of fun, even though it was a lot of combat. We found out that Eden is actually really, really, really good at killing things, at least vampires, and just like slam, run, slam. So that's what I was doing earlier.
So you were slamming all evening over there at Ruins and Refugees. Is what you were saying?
Refugees and royalties. But the funniest thing is, one of the two players that are usually the big damage dealers because they didn't have holy shit, and my character was an order.
I always hate it when I run out of holy shit.
Oh yeah. Well, my character was an order of knights, so she had the championage. So all the things she did was holy in connection to killing vampires. So it was actually really, really funny when I'm like, y'all need to find fucking Jesus. So he's like slapping and killing things.
It should have been like, he is risen, and now you're going in the ground. He rose from the grave. He rose from the grave. You won't, Shink.
You're going back down to it. But that was the whole very funny thing, and we had a very amazing fight at the end where it was just like it was by the skin of our teeth that we were able to go over and kill the big vampire boss, and even that was an underling. So vampires are fucking scary in Savage Worlds. Awesome. Oh my god.
That's fucking awesome. That is great. Well, that sounds like it was a good time. Sorry I missed it. Yeah, I was obviously out doing family Easter stuff this evening. We went to church this morning, had our service and all that kind of stuff, which was cool because we've got one of our pastors that I think they're voting on. But he's got a congregation at another church, but their building is way too small. So rumor is it that we're going to be merging the congregations, which is going to be really cool because it was really nice to see a packed house this morning. Like it was really cool to pull in and the parking lot was full, and like that's a really nice feeling. So that was really cool. I like that a lot. And he's a good pastor too. I've liked, he's done Sundays like 3 or 4 times, and I really enjoy his sermons. He's done a really good job. So that was a good time. So happy Easter, everybody. Jesus is risen indeed, conquering death. Unlike those vampires that Sunker Maiden took out, they are not coming back. They were just dead anyway. She was just putting them back in the box, ladies and gentlemen. So that was a really good time. And then went over to the in-laws and the grandparents' house. And went over there and had a nice little, essentially it was an Easter lunch, but we were eating all the same things you would eat for like Easter dinner, like ham and mashed potatoes and all of that kind of stuff, you know? And then we had an Easter egg. Yeah. And then we had an Easter egg hunt, which we had to do indoors because the grandparents' house is brand new and they just got sod put in last week. So there's like no bushes, there's no trees, like there's nothing to hide anything in, you know?
Just throwing eggs at that point and telling them to run.
Right. And so my oldest, he went in and hid them all throughout the house because they got a big house. Their new one's real big. And so they hid them all throughout the kitchen and the living room and all that kind of stuff. And of course he's like 6.5 feet tall. And so he's like dunking them in places. You're like, no, you got to put it farther down. The 3.5 foot tall one can't reach up there. Okay. But yeah, so it worked out really well. The kids, my wife did some like ticket thing where I don't know how it worked. I wasn't really paying attention. I was like, you just sound like you're making things more complicated than they have to be. But she was like, no, I'm like, all right, you want to do it by all means.
It'll make it's
fair. Right. It's like, it's your thing. As long as I ain't got to do nothing, cool. Do it whatever way you want. I don't care. Like I just followed the 4-year-old around and pointed eggs out to her in the kitchen that she missed. She got most of them, but I was a couple of them that I had to point out to her. That's really cute videos of that. Little ones. Yeah, that's what I was for. And I already got my chocolate bunny and my freaking all of that kind, and all my peeps and all the things that I like. So I'm happy. I'm good. I'm good with all of that kind of stuff now.
I actually like one of my aunts went over back when we were doing Easter egg hunts and all that stuff. One of my aunts did the bad thing, which was they would leave the golden egg, quote unquote. It was an egg with money in it, actual money, during one egg hunt, and that actually fucking made everything worse because everyone's just like,
then everybody's just looking for the golden egg at that point.
Yeah. Or if they didn't get the golden egg, then they're like, oh, I just got candy. I didn't get $5.
Right. Even though all the candy you got's worth way more than the $5, but they don't. Oh yeah. They don't equate it that way in their head. Not at that age, especially not because $5 is $5 in the possibility of anything.
$5 is $5.
Yeah, and that's like, if you're going to do something like that, just don't make it an obvious thing. Just put it in random regular eggs. You know what I mean? If you're going to do that, that's fine. You know, just put it in random eggs. Don't do like some special thing and everybody knows it. That's what's the point of a surprise if everybody knows what they're looking for? You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't, it's like, ooh, this looks just like everything else. Ooh, wait, no, it's not. So yeah.
And it was very frustrating when they did that. And because I was child, I didn't quite get it. I was just on the after effect of like, I didn't get the $5. It was later when my mom went, I was like, that was a terrible thing to do. You should just be enjoying the Easter egg hunt. Now everyone's mad they didn't get $5.
Yeah, there was one I went to at a community college that either my grandma was going to or my cousin was going to. But I remember like, nobody told us this. It was just an Easter egg hunt. But apparently if you picked up the golden eggs, they were worth big prizes at the end. But not everybody knew that. So some parents were intentionally telling their kids just to grab the golden eggs. And the rest of us didn't fucking know, dude.
Thing to do. That's
weird. Dude, it was fucked up. That was shit. So yeah, I like doing the Easter eggs at the house, fucking just looking for eggs, like just not even candy eggs. You hard boil eggs on Saturday night. You know, you dye them all.
That's fun enough.
Yeah, and then you got food, for like a week. And then just get some salt packets. That's what I used to do. Just get salt and friggin' I just eat all. I eat. My farts would smell horrible for like the week after Easter, but fuck, I had a lot of great fun with with eggs, and then you can turn them into deviled eggs too. So yeah, it's a win-win. I don't get it.
That was actually where a parent went over and asked her kid to hide some eggs, hide some hard-boiled eggs, and then the kid did. but the kid forgot where they all were. So the mom was just like, and she's like, she even was like putting out to Twitter and stuff like, "Where would you hide eggs if you had a little girl?" Yeah.
Well, and the other thing about it is you're gonna smell it, and it's not. You're gonna smell it before it gets really fucking bad. You know what I mean? First off, and second off, like we did that. Like I think that's more of an urban legend than it's ever actually happened that often. Because for one, I've never met anybody that's happened to, and we used to do that shit all the time when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like all I've ever heard is the urban legend about a social media post where somebody's. I've never actually met anybody that had that problem. And I'm sure it's probably just anecdotal. There's probably somebody out there in the chat that know somebody that actually happened to, but because that's a story I've always heard, but it's always been secondhand, you know, or third hand or fifth hand, or sometimes, you know, six, whatever. Anyway, but yeah.
Also, Shadow Warden, I saw you in the chat. No, not Shadow Warden. Your average patron nerd. Is that a new clock? No, it is the same old clock. During one of the Doctor Who streams. During one of the Doctor Who streams, I believe it was the Greenpeace one. That was on season 8. I slammed my head back so much because I was like, this is fucking dumb. And it just like cracked. I cracked the glass and it just fucking broke. So it's the same clock. No reflection this time.
Yeah, she got so mad at trees trying to save the planet that she literally smashed a clock.
Yeah, it was really, really lame. Captain Planet.
Oh, that is glorious. That is glorious. So, yeah. All right. Well, speaking of the chat, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat. As a friendly reminder to anybody on the off chance that hasn't figured it out already, if you're over on the YouTube side or catching this on the replay, please join us over there on Rumble at the Common Nerd. No S. Common Nerd. And you will be able to catch the entire version of this because this is a review and watch along. Now, obviously, that's one of the things that does fall under fair use because we pause it, we talk about it, and all that kind of stuff. But because YouTube's bots are the way they are, not a big deal. It's just the way they're programmed. They have a problem with not being able to tell the difference. And because we're not one of those big dogs out there, we just can't call somebody and get it all fixed. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join us over there on Rumble where they don't have all of that bot nonsense. But if you are on YouTube, you are going to get a little bit of a tease before we jump over to Rumble, but please do join us over there on Rumble. I think we just crossed 1,200 followers over on Rumble, so please come over there and join us.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I certainly appreciate it. This eccentric with his B in the chat was coming in first over there on Rumble. Appreciate chat. And Sunker made. Yeah, I know. I was late. Look, you know what? I didn't even get home till after 5. So yeah, it was a busy day. That's what happens when you got 6 kids. Parathis, another one of our fine channel subscribers over there on Rumble says, lick the stream. That's right. Lick the stream. No. It's Easter. He has risen. So whip that like button like it's a money changer and you're Jesus in the temple, man. Today is whipping the like button. Today is absolutely whipping the like button. That's what those money changers get. That's what they get. Not in my father's house. What's up, this eccentric? Good to see you, buddy. I just want to make sure I got to highlight you too. There we go. Madhouse Retro. Another one of our fine channel subscribers over there on Rumble. What's up, brother? Says, hey, sexy people. Nerd, we have to do a bong hit together. 420. Amen. You are so right. We will do one right before we start the show. We'll give Sunker a chance to just bullshit about something right before we'll start the start of the show. I will do a dab and we will get one ready to go. You'll be fine. You only got to talk for like literally 45 seconds. Come on now. You can do better. You can do that.
I'm not a 1 minute man, sir.
Mm-hmm. Good, then you should be able to talk for longer than 45 seconds. Speaking of streams, Nerd, which is best DMU, Discord or X? It's private. Discord, I'm more likely to actually see the message. Parathis, so yeah, Discord. More likely to actually see the message. Speaking of stream, there we go. We did that one. All right, sounds good, Parathis. Also, Carl Kerschelzel liked and replied to me on X. So happy. Aww. I have no idea who that is, but congratulations, Madhouse. That's awesome.
He's really fucking stoked.
Yeah, he is really stoked. That's great. No, that's like when Brie Larson liked RK Outpost's post. Like that, like he's been officially like on Team Brie ever since she liked his post, man. So it's been like totally like you can see the 180 on his channel, man. It's all hate Brie videos, and then as soon as she likes the post, it's like boom, no more feet pictures on the thumbnail, strictly all cleavage. And yeah, I'm not blaming Brie for what this movie is about. Yeah, it's kind of how that went. So I get it. I get it.
Men are huge sluts, so as soon as you give them attention.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yo, Rich Richard Nerd over on the YouTube side. And I know he jumped to Rumble as well, but good to see you, buddy. Everybody smash that like button, no matter what platform you're on, please. By all means, please. Happy Easter indeed, this eccentric. And I love the dancing pug. I love the dancing pug.
Dude,
Shadow Warden. What? Go ahead.
During my stream, they were fucking spamming that stuff because they wanted to still show that they were still there and watching me so I didn't get sad. So they were always spamming the dancing pug. I'm like, you guys are gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna yell at you, maybe.
No, they don't yell at you for stuff like that. Not for emojis and stuff like that. Yeah, spam my chats. You guys make me feel lonely too, and I don't hear anybody talking to my chat on my game streams. Like, why do I even bother doing this? Why do I even bother doing this? Shadow War 9 says, I don't have a Sunday best. How sad. You should get a Sunday best. Oh, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. Just a clean pair of pants and a clean shirt. Clean shirt. That's all you need. That's all you need. That's all you need. That's all you really need. That's all you really need. Sunker just happens to be able to, like, you know, pour herself into dresses. So it's one of them situations where it's like,
so
yeah.
I have to cut myself out of one.
Right, exactly. There's your average Richard Nerd over on the Rumble side. Good to see you, brother. And everybody, if you haven't already, like I said, smash that like button. If you haven't already, smash that like button. And yeah, Dancing Sunker, Dancing Baby, all of those available, shots, whatever you guys want this evening. And that's amen. Your average Richard Nerd. Happy Easter. He is risen. Amen, brother. Amen. Love it. John Washburn, one of our resident lurkers and one of the guys that, hey, makes comments on my videos, helping get those pushed out in the algorithm. Always appreciate that, John. It's one of the free, easy ways you can help out with the channel, and we are growing. We're getting some new subscribers every day right now. It's not a whole bunch, but it's a whole hell of a lot more than we've grown in the last couple of months. So all you out there that's putting comments on the videos, I really appreciate you guys. We are growing again. So happy Easter, John. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. But yeah, no Bible study. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't get home till almost 5. So yeah, thank you very much. Madhouse Retro, you dog. Rich says it's donated $10. Thank you for your donation. I doubt it, Rich. I think you just typed that in the chat. What's up, buddy? Because I'm not monetized on Twitch. So good try, buddy. Good try. Good to see you though, buddy.
No excitement for you, Rich.
Girls fit checks. There you go. What's up, buddy?
No, I'm fat as fuck, motherfucker.
Shut up. You're just curvy as fuck. Oh, you're just curvy as fuck. You're thick. You know, the only way you're fat is if your stomach sticks out farther than your tits, Sunker. That doesn't happen with you. Standing up. Everybody's got a pooch when they sit down. It's about standing up. And y'all know what kind of fat chicks I'm fucking talking about. You all seen them at the bar. You all seen them at the fucking bar licking their fucking lips at you like you're some kind of fucking piece of meat because they're fucking desperate. You know exactly what they're fucking, not Sunker fucking licking her lips like she's fucking being desperate for a piece of fucking meat. But we'll definitely hold on to that one for a thumbnail.
No, damn it. I know not to hold. I can't hold position. I need to keep it blurry all the time. Bastard.
Oh, that's fucking great. The Emu army was obliterated. No, he's got Elon finally shipped him a Starlink. So Mr. Grant Gregory is able to actually stream from the trenches now, with his portable Starlink. So yeah, but fucking Elon Musk's fixing everything, even for little guys like us, So it doesn't matter if he's getting bombed by emus or not.
It even looks like an old World War I timey radio, just for him.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a custom case on the outside. It's got switches and knobs instead of a fucking touch screen. That's fucking great. I would buy that. I would totally buy that if it had like knobs and switches on it and shit instead of all these just fucking random little buttons and stuff. I'm like Tom from fucking Star Trek Voyager. I want knobs and buttons. I want things to be able to twist and turn and push and pinch and flip and spank and like all of those kind of things. Like that's what I want.
Is there a way you could get that just as a novelty item?
I mean, probably not mass manufactured, but you could totally custom build one. Like it wouldn't be hard to custom build. So like think about all the guys that do all the crazy, I mean, it's like the guy version of cosplay is when they make all the crazy like, Warhammer power swords and like, things, I'll turn I'll retro my radio to where it looks out, it's like it's at a Fallout, and shit like that. Like that's the guy version of cosplay, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, I guarantee you there's guys out there that can totally do some shit like that. Absolutely, 100%. So absolutely. There you go. Use them emojis, Madhouse. I need to add some more of those pictures to the emojis now. I need to add some more of those.
I do have to take those flannel pics. I haven't forgotten. And
That's true. You still have to take
flannel. I have to do flannel, I have to do Tank Girl, and I have to do like one other thing that was bought.
Yeah, we got Flannel and Tank Girl coming. Shout out to Dragon Noodle wherever he is. Happy Easter wherever you are, buddy.
Happy Easter.
Yes, high def, you say. Yes, very high def. 1080p. We're talking pings. We're talking pings if you know about your file formats. It's a ping, boys and girls. They say no JPEG. I want milk, BRB. All right, sounds good, Parath. Let's get you some milk, buddy. Get you some milk.
Being a dick.
I know. Emblazing 64 says, find Jesus, you unholy thing. Amen, brother. Oh, good to see you, Emblazing. Good to see you, buddy. Glad you made it in as well. Sunker's finally a damage dealer. No running and hiding like Layla. There you go.
Layla's doing very, very good as a damage dealer now that she's using Snicker snacks. So I don't know what you're talking about.
There you go. Parathesis is back. I got a pint glass of milk for this. Making thumbnails while lurking. Hell yeah, that sounds good, brother. Like I will occasionally, if I'm not like in a big rush, I'll throw a stream on while I'm editing and stuff on like Saturday mornings and stuff if I'm not in a big rush. Because it's nice to have a little something on the background. But if I'm like in the zone, I'm like, I don't want any distractions. I'm just like I got like a method. I've got a process. I've got a system. I do it the exact same way every fucking time. And I'm like, bam, 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 bam. That's why I can, yeah. That's how I knock out kids. I got a system. I got a method. It works. Send me $199 a month, and I'll tell you all about it. Sunker, flee from the holy bodice. That is great. Oh, yeah. Women do.
Well, it wasn't a holy bodice. It was just a bit tight.
Just a bit tight. What's up, Stoner Cat? This is Happy Easter. Hello. Happy Easter, Stoner Cat. Good to see you. And 420. Yes, we will be doing a dab before we cut off YouTube. So yeah, I refrained from doing the Easter Bunny blazed emojis and memes on Twitter today, but I was tempted. Trying to let my Jesus side come out today, not my Stoner Bunny Easter come out. But yeah, hey man, the Lord put it in the ground, so as far as I'm concerned, that makes it okay, as long as it doesn't kill us. Golden egg ticket, darn you, Willy Wonka knockoff. Yeah, that's true. Also, kind of a ripoff from Harry Potter too, with the golden eggs. Those were way more important.
I can't remember that from Harry Potter.
Oh, really? The golden egg? Yeah, that's anyway, I'll tell you about it later. We love Easter egg hunts. Good eats. That's right. There you go. Exactly, John Washburn. Exactly. Grim, aka Anvac. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, Grim. Another one of our fine channel subscribers over there on Rumble. Good to see you. Did you not read the Harry Potter book? Go ahead.
I read one of them. But the fun thing with Graham Gregory is he actually made the fight a little bit longer because he went over and took the thick-thighed vampire and tried to go for and make a deal with her because them thick thighs were thick. And
it was the Emma Frost situation all over again with Marvel Rivals. I get it. Yeah,
to the point where he took her away from our damage dealers, and it was just like, oh no. And then bad things happened, but it was still just amazingly perfect, and I'm not mad at all. I loved it.
That is fucking great. And so there's a group out there that's making their own video game. Let me see if I can find it. See if I've still got their Patreon up or not. But it's swords and slippers. And they are using fairy tale characters like Snow White and all of these other kind of things, and basically put them into a hack and slash RPG. Except they're dressed worse than the girl. Well, let me say more fan centric than the girls in Marvel Rivals. And so if you support them on Patreon for like $5 a month, and this isn't paid advertising. We just trust me. If you watch my Monday through Friday live streams, we've been enjoying all of their trailers. Okay, let's just put it that way. But if you join them for like $5 a month, you can download the game. And I'm actually thinking about dedicating like a $5 Fridays, because if you do it for the year, you get a discount. So I'm thinking about dedicating like a $5 Fridays, one of these evening streams to it, and then I will play it on stream. But after the thigh jiggle thing came out in Marvel Rivals with Emma Frost, they were like, oh, okay, well, not gonna let you be the only ones on the block with that. And so they're using Snow White, because of obviously everything that's been going on. They're using Snow White as the one that they're showing off everything with. And so they put out a video with Snow White, and now you can see Snow White's jiggle thighs, just like Emma Frost.
Jiggle physics.
Yeah, we've got jiggle physics on the thighs now. We've got thigh physics, and so they were like, not gonna be just you. Yeah, so they're great. I love them. They're American devs too, because everybody's like, are you Asian? Because only Eastern studios do this, and they're like, no, we're American. And I'm like,
we're here, and welcome to Texas. We like our thighs jiggling.
Dude, it wouldn't surprise me if those guys were based in the South. Like, it really would not at all. It would not at all. Oh, that is great.
That actually sounds fun. I didn't hear about the thing. I didn't hear about that sort of game. It reminds me of like what I wanted to go over, because everyone does this. Every single writer ever does the fucking like, what if I was doing the grim tales and all that stuff? And I was just like, I was even getting more crazy with like Goldilocks and shit like that, where like Goldilocks would instead be this very, 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 very tough German girl with bears to help her.
Oh, just going and stealing people's houses. That's great. That's great. My church did eggs randomly filled with tiny cross-shaped things with a sea of egg filled with candy. The kids could exchange those for non-candy items. My nephew got a badass-looking cross necklace. Hey, that's really cool. I like that idea. But yeah, do them in a sea of all the regular eggs. Yeah, don't make them obvious or any difference. Yeah, I love that idea. That's great too. Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Parazis is like, notice me, Sunker.
Oh, you were noticed, I notice you, Parathis! Stop skipping our games, fish!
That is great. Dragon Noodle over on the kick side says Dragon is here and he sees boobies. She's wearing her Sunday best. Sunday best. That's why we don't say anything. This is exactly why we don't say anything.
Yeah, you don't mention it, or it's kind of like you can't talk about the secret of the woods. As soon as you talk about that secret ain't there no more.
There you go. Exactly. Canadian comic creator. He's worked on a number of comics for Adventure Superman, Majestic, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, one Gotham. All right. I have no idea what he's talking about. He's off on his own tangent. I love it. Happy Pugs. That's right. Happy Pugs. I am Democracy Manifest. What's up, buddy? We got all kinds of cool faces in the chat tonight. It's so good to see you guys. Good to see you. I am Democracy Manifest. Love seeing you as well. It's so good. It's so good. All right. And clips says Parathis. All right. Good idea. Wise choice. Wise choice.
Bastard.
Nerd wants its tactile so he can yank the knobs. That is a fact, Emblazon. And twist the switches, if you know what I mean.
And just the rod.
Yeah, just the rod. Twist the switches. Tank Girl from the 90s movie. That's right. Your average Patriot nerd. Sunker owes us. That's why she cut her hair, so she could do a Tank Girl cosplay. I
could donate it, but also
and to donate it, obviously.
The Tank Girl cosplay.
Yeah, absolutely. JR24 says bonjour, Jesse. Bonjour, JR24. Join us over on Rumble, buddy. If if I got a mod in the chat out there anyway, or if you could drop the link over on YouTube, I would appreciate it. Madhouse, buddy, if you could drop that just in case. Oh, I thought you meant Sunker. I'm not the degenerate to Sunker, allegedly. No, buddy, we didn't have a Sunday fun day, JR24. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So baked, says Grim. I love it, buddy. I love it. Well, we're going to take a dab here in a minute, man. We're going to take a dab in honor of 420 and the fact that Christ has risen today. Wait, me reckon Raven Guard armor isn't cosplay for men? I guess I'll stop and my girlfriend can be a Soros representative by herself. I didn't say that. I didn't say you couldn't do cosplay as a guy. I've done cosplay as a guy. I would do cosplay as a guy. I'm just saying, like, the mechanically inclined of us, not the artistically inclined of us, do the other stuff. That's all I'm saying. Goblet of Fire. Yes, this is eccentric. There you go. There you go. Slippery when wet. Exactly, Emblazon. Exactly. Always. All right. Yeah. Bombastic. Thunder jiggle thighs. Exactly, Garbage Richard Nerd. That's what the game's got. damn it, says Emblazoned. There you go. I forget who said these words, but ladies, it's a sundress season. Don't ruin it by wearing panties. Amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. Grim. There you go. Grim. Thank you, Madhouse. Thank you for dropping the link. And when I said cleavage in her DM, she changed her profile pic. Way to ruin it for all of us, Dragon Noodle. Way to ruin it for all of us. Oh, she owes me a drink or two also. It is the season finale on Doctor Who tonight, so we are doing $50 shots, and I still have vodka left over.
He did buy it, I believe, from last time, and we didn't get to it. So
we did one of them. We did one of them on Thursday night, but I didn't. But we gave him something else for the other 50 because I made a new clip for him. But I mean, we can do it. We'll do one anyway. We'll do one anyway. We'll do one anyway. Just
small vodka shot just for you, and I don't want to. It's straight vodka.
Well, give me a second. Give me a second. I'll do one with you. Just hold off a second. Give me a second. We'll do all of that in a minute. Says, I've known engineering dudes that made the craziest cosplays. He had working bits and bobs with blinking mechanical eyes and things. That is awesome, Dragon Noodle. I love that. And I was just giving an example. Jesus, I wasn't saying it was exclusive. Y'all are so literal.
What do you mean?
I gotta put an asterisk on everything. All I'm saying is think about it, boys. Yes, I know there are guys that cosplay. I also know there are straight guys in theater and ballet. But more often than not, females do a higher rate of cosplay than males. That's all I'm saying. My God, y'all. My God. Yes, my love.
Do you want your food now?
Sure. But my God, y'all. My God.
Got a bacon.
I'm having food delivered, boys and girls.
Double
I'm going to go get some orange juice.
Okay, you go get some
Grant Gregory
juice.
better
Awesome.
show the fuck up.
I know. We're all kind of stalling, hoping Grant shows up before we get this episode started.
So.
Okay. Awesome.
What
will you? Okay.
I need you to get your food out.
Okay, then I will come get it later.
Okay. Well, get it out. All of this is.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, chair stream. There you go. So Nerd is going to cosplay as Asterix. Asterix. Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, bestest chair. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to go. What do we want to give you guys? I'm going to give you something. Hook, what's up, buddy? Join us over on Rumble, Hook. Good to see you, Hook. What do I got for you guys? What can I give you guys to keep you occupied for just a moment that's not going to get us in trouble? You're in the community of autism that uses their abilities to dissect media. That is true, Dragon Noodle. That's us included, too. So, yeah, the bestest chair. There you go. The common asterisk that's eccentric. That's great. Oh, my God. Because female cosplayers want attention. I mean, that's true as well. Your average Patriot nerd. Stoner Cat, I see you over there. Hey, well, you know what? While Sunker's gone, we'll go ahead and do a dab. Let's go ahead and do a dab while Sunker's gone, and I can figure out a way to chit chat. We don't need to do that. So, Madhouse, you out there, buddy? Madhouse, you out there? Let's get your bong hit ready, buddy. I'm getting a dab ready. Takes me 45 seconds to heat up the bowl, hit up the banger. And it's Easter. It's 420. I mean, like, it's kind of crazy. There's bouncing things coming on the screen. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Sunker, you got to keep everybody occupied for 45 seconds because we're all of us little potheads out here are going to do a dab. So keep everybody occupied for 45 seconds.
I don't wanna. Okay. Well, this is the worst time forever for me to go over and doing the gift of that because I wasn't really doing much other than grabbing orange juice to go over and both feed into my vodka drink as well as my champagne drink. I'm going to be mixing up quite a bit this time. Apparently everyone was running to the fruit aisle today, so my Uber driver was having a bit of a time. And that's a very boring story. Most of this drink is made out of pulp because I didn't shake it. I hate you. You gotta leave me with something, nerd. I can't just go off. I need something to build off of. Tell me, ask me about my clock, or my stupid jellyfish, or how I actually ended up buying this jellyfish thing 3 times. One for my mom and one for my grandma. My grandma's doing good, by the way. Still kicking.
It's always good to hear that grandma's doing it. The still kicking part is the important part. All right, Stoner Cat's like, I got the same propane tank. Nice, buddy. There you go. All right. Happy 420, ladies and gentlemen.
What kind of vodka am I drinking? I am drinking cheap stuff, but it's not like the
risen.
Absolute vodka, Swedish vodka. It's not like the tequila, not like the whiskey I would buy sometimes. One whiskey I went over and bought that really messed me up is actually a super cheap Canadian whiskey that would make my left eye swell. I'm not quite sure.
Keep talking about it.
I'm not quite sure why it went over and made my eyes swell, but this is when I was in my heavy drinking phases, but I'm in my lesser drinking phases now. Nerd is dying. And I'm going to kill Grant Gregory because he's not here. Was it Black Velvet Canadian whiskey? It wasn't Black Velvet. It was like it was a stupid, retarded looking brand. It was like $5 chuck bottom shelf tier garbage that was like, it didn't even taste like whiskey. It was just like, what the fuck is this? And every time it would make my eyes swell to the point where it's just like, I am a borderline alcoholic where I would drink anything, even at the cheapest of qualities. But even I can't stomach this shit, and I ended up pouring it down the drain because I'm like, this is more harm than good, even for like whiskey. So I always thought Sunker was posh enough to drink Grey Goose. No, I made sure I didn't actually develop a palate whenever it came to alcohol or anything because I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on alcohol. So if you kept your taste unrefined, you would be as happy with a $6 as you would with a $40. So why make the differentiating choice between a $6 and a $40? Just be happy with the $6. Upchuck whiskey. Is that what it's called? Is there any alcohol that makes other parts of you swell, Sunker? Says in Blazes 64. Actually, no. It kind of kills the sex drive more honestly than not. It just makes me loopy and talk a lot. But anyways, other than that, and then I killed the chat, and now everyone leaves. Nerd better come the fuck back. And Grant Gregory better show the fuck up early. Because we are 1 hour in. And I'm still a bugger. Shut up and blazing. But no, I'm looking forward to what's going to happen. I find it actually from just building off of the last Doctor Who episode to get it back to Doctor Who, because we're doing that. I found it kind of odd that they had the Cybermen, though it does make sense that all these were cybernetic beings. All the beings that were cybernetic were talking about the Promised Land. It's very, very interesting. I don't know what to make of it, and I can't wait to actually begin dissecting and just watching the stuff. I found Mr. Pink kind of more of a pussy. But, it is what it is. Hopefully he's actually alive. Otherwise, what is it? Who is it? Otherwise, Clara's gonna be very upset if she gets Mr. Pink back and they end up trying to fuck, and then it's like, oh no, you're actually a Cyberman. Or not.
Dracula says you can entertain your chat on your streams, but you can't do it on his. It's ridiculous. I know, right? She's this professional streamer, this high-end streamer that does such a wonderful job all of the time on her own streams. And for some reason, I asked her to cover things for 5 minutes. And I was like, oh, I don't know what to do.
But for all honesty's sake, you bitch, I'm usually like bouncing off of something or moving the camera around or playing a game or screaming about game mechanics. Yesterday, we just had a real fun thing about game mechanics where it was a water puzzle, and the key that was hanging off a rope was a little bit too low. I'm like, I got a bitch. It can fly. She's flying, floating right there. She can put her on someone's shoulders. She can reach the fucking key right there. No. No, you have to pull a
No.
lever.
Oh, wow. Way to go. But that's okay. I completely and totally missed a door in my Warhammer 40K game last night. So don't feel bad. Like the chat was like yelling, like one of the guys in the chat who had played the game a lot, he was like yelling at me. He was like, it's right there to your right. I'm like, what do you mean? But the problem is
Delay.
because you're that top down, you got to spin the camera manually to be able to see shit. And so, yeah,
That's
I finally had to
actually
figure out how to do all that.
That's actually the funny thing with my game, because it didn't have, you can't move the camera, so it's a top-down isometric, and you can't move the camera, so that allows for you to go over, that allows for the developer to really make things nice, and like, you don't have to set design for a completely 3D look, but you can set design for a certain camera angle, which was, they've been using to a very, very good degree. One thing I actually, I can't say it, but it was the thing I went over and mentioned to you in when I went over and rated your chat yesterday. That the golem that went over and screamed at me. It's just like I can't say it because it's on YouTube, but it's like we see this golem that's trussed up, and you see a molten core behind him, like because it's the lava plains. We walk up to him, he's like, Minecraft yourself! I'm like, what?
Oh, man.
Wait!
Oh,
wait.
that is great.
What does that
There
mean?
you go. What's up, 540 Studios? Thank you for jumping over on the Rumble side, Jason. Appreciate that, buddy. Appreciate that as well. Yeah, the golem was great. Says Dragon Noodle. There you go. I'm sorry,
That
guys.
golem
In the
was
fight between
great.
the Daleks and the Cybermen, I think I'd want the Cybermen to win. I actually would too, because the Daleks are all about annihilation. At least you got some time to beat back the Cybermen, because they're trying to convert everybody. The Daleks are just like, we're just going to blow fucking everybody up. So yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one. I'm kind of fine with you on that one. And thanks for the new follow, Jason, over on Rumble as well. Thank you for that, buddy. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we fucked off as much as we possibly could. Mr. Grant Gregory's not here yet. Hopefully he will be able to jump in to at least give us his thoughts at some point versus being able to actually be here for the whole thing. But he is a very busy man. He's got kids and all that kind of, well, a kid and all that kind of stuff as well. So, and it is during the day for him over there, but he'll do his best to jump on when he can, ladies and gentlemen. But tonight is the time. It is the place, boys and girls. And we've got Doctor Who, Season 8, Episode 12, Death in Heaven. Oh, wait, Sunker, we forgot to do something. We owe somebody something. Dragon Noodle for 50 from Thursday night. Cheers to you. Happy Easter. He is risen. And happy 420, boys and girls.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you, Dragon Noodle.
Thank you, Dragon Noodle. Orange juice makes it so much easier to down. Oi.
Oh, absolutely it would. It absolutely would.
People bought shots last stream
Thursday night.
Refugees and Royalties earlier today.
Oh, that one too?
And I'm like, fuck, I don't have a shot glass available. So like I got this dinky thing and I was just drinking it straight and I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, I found this on my nightstand the other day and I was like, oh, I finally found out where my shot glass was. So yeah, we're good now. Apparently humans in Doctor Who naturally resistant to being Cybermen. That's why you can still cry and stuff. Oh yeah. We're strong-willed assholes, man. We're strong-willed assholes. There's just no way around it.
The whole reason of the origin of the Cybermen was to, like, the original origin in old Who was that they were in an alternate universe Earth where everything got fucked and humanity had to kind of really radically alter themselves in order to go over and live in this new environment, which caused for them to cut out a lot of the human parts, which is why they basically became mostly robot.
This is true. This is very, very true. This is very, very true. But yeah. All right. So that's what we got tonight, boys and girls. Oh, Sunker, you gave everybody a recap earlier of what happened in the last episode, right?
Oh, yeah. What happened in the last episode, we had a really great moment of Clara versus the Doctor, where the Doctor went over. Clara thought she was going to outsmart the Doctor because she, during a phone call with her homeboy, Mr. Pink, during that phone call, he apparently got in a car accident and died. well, he was crossing the street and then a car hit him. So she was going to force the Doctor to cause a paradox in time. And she's like, "You fuck with time all the time. You should be able to help me now." And she went over and made sure to steal all the keys from his TARDIS. And then, through a plot device that was never mentioned before, she tried to trick him with a time patch, with a dream patch. But it's the Doctor. So he's just like, "You thought that'd work?" And he just kind of role reversed it into her own hands. So she was instead doing a dream thing. And he wanted to see how far she would go. And she would go all the fucking way, where she would just throw all of it, all the keys away, and lock him out of the TARDIS forever. Just because he didn't help her save Pink. So she does that. He shows that she tricked him, and that he shows that he tricked her as she tried to trick him. They both go into the TARDIS, and he still agrees to help her. And she's like, "Why would you do that?" It's just like, "Do you think I would just turn my back on you just because you betrayed me?" And it's just like, it's a very different friendship between him and Clara, and I do understand why they had this. Or why they had her go over and do this. So, other than that, they have the Clara put her fingers inside the TARDIS again, which I don't think the TARDIS very much appreciated. Forcing her to do the time jumping that was established in a previous episode to go and find where Mr. Pink was. They found them in this place called, like, Afterlife, where they went over and ran into this one Victorian-looking chick who was pretending to be a robot. And kissed the Doctor. And then almost kissed Clara, which actually makes a lot of sense for the character. And through a lot of chicanery and foolery, and Mr. Pink was there, and they're like, "Oh, this is heaven. This is absolutely heaven." And you have to go, "We have iPads and everything." And we're all like, "This is fucking retarded. No, this is a trick or something. Like, this isn't actually the fucking afterlife." So it's like a study of the afterlife they were trying to go for. Mr. Pink is talking to a kid that probably died in the war sometime, that he's very traumatized by it. And we saw a whole bunch of skeletons in water, and they already established that water that is a special water that takes away all non-organic materials. So, my goodness, even if you wore a bathing suit, it would hide nothing in this water. So, the water ended up draining, and it showed that they were Cybermen the whole time. And then they started invading England again. And the Doctor's trying to yell at everyone to go over and get safe and all that stuff. And of course, no one would pay attention to a crazy man running around. And then we have the end thing where it is discovered that this Victorian lady who went over and murdered another guy right before our eyes, is named Missy, but also is the Master. So this is the Master in a new body. Oh, and also, Clara spoke to Pink via radio stuff, and she didn't believe it was Pink. Leaving him alone.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah, so it was very much both of them were that way.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. And yeah, Sunker just did a really great job of the recap of that. So I was just like, I'm just going to let her roll. She did great. She did great. But yeah, wild, hell of a roller coaster of an episode. And this is essentially was a two-parter. It's like essentially a season finale two-parter is what this really is. And the conclusion will happen tonight. And it's going to be pretty wild. It's going to be pretty wild, boys and girls. It's going to be pretty wild. Yeah, she fingered the TARDIS. Weird. They should never finger the TARDIS. That's right, Emblazem. Especially not if the TARDIS can't finger you back. You know what I mean? It's not fair. It's just not fair. It just
fingers your brain, basically.
Giggity. Take what you can get, right? Take what you can get.
Well, the TARDIS already gets into people's heads via to go over and force people to translate.
This is true as well. It's very disturbing, but that's how it goes. All right, Death in Heaven. Tease for the YouTube side of the house. We love you guys. 21 total, watching across all of the platforms.
You can't.
Oh no. It's the Cyberman. He's going to shoot Clara. I don't know. And she's got to bluff her whole way through this. Because she's not.
We'll see.
Well,
they're not going to just shoot her now. She's still around for a while. So.
I know, but I like to at least fake the drama. I mean, you women know how to do that. So, I mean, come on.
Well, we have to keep our men happy.
See, that is what you're supposed to think. Oswald.
I'm kind of like,
That's so lame. So lame. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. That's actually where it brings credence to my own thought, where they actually didn't really have an origin for Clara. They just kind of gave her one for that one Clara. But they always wanted her to be the weird thing that would just be popping up throughout the Doctor's life.
Yeah, that's probably true. That is
I'm right.
True.
Tell me I'm right. Everyone always says I'm wrong whenever I go over these things, but I'm right.
No, you're absolutely wrong. You are definitely, beyond a shadow of doubt, undoubtedly, unquestionably wrong on so many levels. Dragon was the companion the whole time. There you go, Dragon Noodle. Dragon Noodle was the companion the whole time.
There's a tiny dragon running around the Doctor Who thing. Like, it'd be better than the fucking pterodactyl in Torchwood.
It would not surprise me if there was a dragon somewhere in the bowels of the TARDIS. There really would. It really, like, if there was just like some offshoot reference to it, and so it's out of the blue, but like, yeah, watch out down there. There's a dragon. But like, all right, everybody keeps and everybody just keeps running. I'd be like, I told you. It doesn't surprise me. I figured it was going to happen.
You would call it like a Califraxian or something like that. It's like, oh, it's like a dragon.
If you do that, you'd have to like, if you did that, then you'd have to like show the dragon in the background. That'd be only the fair way to do it.
Well, it would just be a fun thing, but you couldn't actually involve it in any plot, because then it'd be like, the Doctor has a dragon. Why doesn't he just use the dragon?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, apparently an Egyptian god was hanging on the TARDIS for a long time or something. Oh, God. I don't even. That's probably from some of the newer stuff. It's probably Neo. Yeah, it's probably Neo Who.
Neo Who. Oh, yeah, there was like some fucker that was just like hanging onto the side of the TARDIS for time and all eternity, and just no one ever noticed.
Yeah, not when you were installing the extrapolator shielding, not when the extrapolator shielding was pulled down, and the TARDIS was nothing but a wooden box when the Daleks were at the height of their power and kicking David Tennant's butt. How about the times where the TARDIS was literally ripped into pieces and had to be rebuilt, or it was turned into an exploding sun? Yeah, for some reason they just survived all of those things, including an entire reset of the universe. Sure.
What was it eating?
Neo Doctor Who's are the worst, are the absolute worst writers on the face of the fucking planet. You are pathetic. You are scum. Actually, I would prefer scum writing my Doctor Who than you, because scum would probably do a better job, because at least it can divide equally and properly and consume things and produce some kind of offshoot of oxygen or carbon monoxide, which is beneficial either way. You, unfortunately, you are not beneficial to anything. Your parents should be ashamed. Your ancestors should be ashamed. Shame on your cow. Shame on your descendants. And everyone should remember you for the abysmal failures and miserable examples of human beings that pretend to be artists that you are.
I mean, even a crackhead on the street could write better.
Yeah. And trust me, I know, because I've listened to some crackhead stories. Them stories are way better than Neo Doctor Who. And you know it's all bullshit. But holy cow, they get into it. They believe it. And that's the wild part. Yeah, shout out to our crackheads out there. The world would be less entertaining without you in it. Not that I'm encouraging crack. Don't smoke crack, boys and girls. Crack is whack. It is bad for you. Yeah, it is bad for you. Very bad for you. And it's also a CIA spy op to begin with. It's a CIA mind op anyway. So especially avoid it, because guess what? If you're doing that kind of smack, well, guess what? You're just a tool for the government, and nobody wants to be a tool for the government. Now, do they? Well, there's plenty of people that actually do, but none of you out there want to be tools for the government. I know you better than that.
Can we
a
start
Gallifreyan
watching
gecko.
Doctor
That would make
Who?
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gallifreyan.
yeah, okay.
Like a
Yeah,
Gallifreyan, like if, and here the thing, it would like wouldn't be a dragon, it'd actually be like hand sized and like little puffs of flame.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a Gallifreyan gecko, and it just happens to shoot out flames. And they'd be like, "What? That's a fucking dragon! It's a little. You have a miniature dragon in a box. You have a miniature dragon in the box. What is this?
They're
What
a
is
pain
this?"
in the
All right,
ass.
say goodbye, Sunker.
Goodbye, YouTube. We'll see you
Bye.
on Rumble.
There you go. Join us over there on Rumble. Bye, YouTube. That's close enough. I don't care. Bye.
Oh my god.
It's not gonna
Grant
be-
Gregory, we cannot wait for you. I'm sorry. We've tried so hard.
It's true. We've tried really, really hard to wait for you, Grant, and it simply just isn't going to happen. It's just not going to happen, unfortunately, Grant, and it's going to suck. And we're sad. We're sad.
I always love Grant going over, even though I'm like usually blazing and just not really adding that much. I fucking love all of his stuff where he's like, "Did you know?" It's like, that's cool. That's really cool.